Welcome back to another episode of Multifamily AP 360. And today's our guest is Vinney Chopra from Munil Investment Group. Welcome back, Vinney.
Thank you. Thank you, Rama. It's such a pleasure to be back.
Sure,
Yeah, very excited.
sure, absolutely. And little bit about Vinney. Vinney is a sought after multifamily senior living hotel syndication champion who has appeared on numerous stages, podcasts, and all social media to share his experiences and 45 years of expertise. Over the past 20 years, he has honed his skills and has done 40 plus successful syndication and funds. He has achieved enormous success, controlling over 1 billion and 8,500 doors in the niche market. Vinny uses his proven ideas and techniques for private equity syndications and funds that have helped him grow his business exponentially over the years. So, with that, Vinny, you want to add anything to your background?
I just wanted to say that I came from India, humble beginnings. We were six siblings and mom and dad in one bedroom apartment, but came here with $7 with big dreams. And thankfully, real estate, especially commercial real estate, has really helped a lot.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So, you have been in this industry over 45 years, Vinny. So, what key changes have you witnessed in the real estate or commercial real estate syndication space
See, when
landscape?
we started buying single family homes for many years, like many people, I think about 20 years back, a revelation came in my mind because the single family were not cutting the mustard and so forth. So I was introduced to multifamily. That made really sense to an engineer. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that. Then I also got a great coach who shared with me the power of syndication, how to pool money together from investors. So those things really helped me a lot to scale up fast, to buy like duplex, 14 units, 50 units, 16 units. Then I'm buying 300 units, 400 units.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. You have managed over 1 billion in assets and 8,500 plus doors. So, what's been the most significant turning point in your career that contributed to this level of success?
I would say definitely the biggest turning point, I would say, will be realizing the power of mindset, number one, and the scalability. Early in my career, I was focused on single family, but when I got to understand how I could really be nice and educate the investors from one investor sitting down in their living room, what they want to really, what their likes are, dislikes are, what they're looking for, then I designed my media kit, my PowerPoint presentation, my educational brochure. I remember $10,000 it cost me to go through the legal paperwork and all to design that brochure. And then I used it over and over again. I also assembled lots of investors in restaurants and took care of their lunches or dinners and then presented on the big screen my PowerPoint presentation. So actually, Dave Lindahl flew me to Chicago on his money, and I was in front of 500 investors early on in my career. And they said, Vinny, how can you raise millions of dollars and you collect 96% of the money? So I was very happy to be sharing the stage with over there. But over the years, I found through social media and all that, it's much easier now to reach the investors. I never had a website when I started in this business, but now we do, and I'm all over in the social media and all.
Sure. Thank you very much. So, would you elaborate a little bit more on mindset perspective? How exactly mindset shift or that help you to scale your business?
It really is. I think it all depends. Lots of people go to seminar after seminar. They attend webinars, I see, and I call them seminar junkies or webinar junkies because they go from one to next, but they don't really consolidate and say, these are the three, four things I'm not doing, I need to do, and put them into action. So it's the mindset, it's the idea to really change our habits and do prioritizing of the different things that we need to do so that we can spend the time with the clients, with the customers, with the avatars. So that has been my positive thing. We have so many great as tremendous investors now, from 1 to almost 700 investors, curated investors, and they have spent millions and millions of dollars with us. Like top investors are 5 million with us. They gave us only 100,000. And the good part is also we don't go less than 100. We always believe we do tier investing. So 100, 250, 500, and million. So the higher they invest in, better returns.
Awesome. Yeah, you touched a very good point from mindset point of view, what you want and how exactly we need to prioritize things. So to get that kind of success for sharing that.
And positivity. I always believe that's what people call me Mr. Positive, Mr. Enthusiasm, because I believe with positivity, you could get the communication and point your idea across much better. And excitement, because we need to be excited. We should be knowing what PowerPoint presentation we're going to show this to doctors or attorneys or entrepreneurs. So I have different PowerPoints like that. And then also short ones and long ones, because the idea is to give the very best every 20 minutes or 30 minutes of the time we spend with the investors. That's one thing. Same thing is true with our deals with the brokers. They're looking for people who can close. They're looking for confidence that Vinney Chopra is going to bring millions. And I've closed on all 40 deals. That's amazing. 100% record in the last 20 years. Every deal I put LOI on, we have so much data-driven statistics and very strict underwritings. Once I make up my mind with our company, we go all the length to buy that deal. That's the beauty. So it's a pretty strong thing in my mindset, no matter if it's 100,000, 200,000, 250 here or there. But if the deal is right, if it's cash flowing and our business plan is going to take it to the next level and next level, then I need that deal. Just like the one after COVID, we bought 107 units, small for us in Tennessee, but we bought for 12.5 million. We knew what we need to do, the demographical changes, everything, increasing the rent, doubling the rent, doubling. We did that after COVID and we sold it for 70 million for. So all that, putting the business plan in action, value add, business plan, stringent requirements in underwriting, not fluffing, and making sure that the loans are correct, all those things.
Awesome. And thank you for sharing that. And what are some core principles or habits that have been critical to your consistent success in apartment syndications or senior living hotels?
I would say serving attitude. That's the number one habit. Transparency, honesty. And people just say, Vinney, oh my gosh, you just spent 20 minutes. You have given so much positivity. We just can feel it over the Zoom, who you are, or my podcast or my shows that I do, and my abundance mindset show I do live every Thursday morning with Brother Walter. Then I do Vinney and Bo show on Friday. My podcast, everyday podcast now, my shorts and reels are coming. So I'm just serving that's what my whole attitude is. I want to serve the seniors now, because that's where the 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65. 74 million people will be like getting into a new phase of life until 2030 or something. So I am really looking forward to educating passive investors, active investors, how they could really do good and help out in the senior housing, along with making great returns and so on. So my main thinking is servant attitude. As a CEO of many companies, I want to give my vision to the team members. I hire people correctly. That's the other part. You got to have great team members who really catch your vision and take it to the next level.
Sure. Thank you very much. So would you also share a little bit about habits that are help you to be successful, and also expand on how to hire right people into your
Love to. Rama, I'm 70, I'll be 73 this year, 7-3. Last, I'm 72. I always say I behave 27, opposite. But the key thing is to have that passion. Every morning when I get up, I do the miracle morning where I align myself, pay gratitude to everything, do exercise, meditation, and then eating right breakfast wise. The key thing is we need to really make sure that each day starts correctly, and then we are doing all the things right. Habits, we could be more positive. We can be looking at whatever is on the schedule and finding more time now by delegating and prioritizing. Those are my three things, and using the AI, artificial intelligence, to the hilt. I use so many programs. I'm doing now synthesis where all the scripts will be done by my avatar. We have 7 avatars, and then they'll be able to do the whole programming and everything, hiring the right go high level, which you use also, which is amazing. 3.5 years I've been using with the funnels and all that, which is great. Opus, a clip, very nice. Gamma. Then we are using, oh my gosh, there are 5, 6 different ones. That the Chat GPT, the new one, where all the books are fed into, my podcasts are fed into to make a knowledge base so that people can ask me questions. We are doing lots of great things with the cutting edge. The big thing is to not be left behind. I say that. It's catching on. The train is leaving the station, and everybody, no matter what the age is, we need to harness those things.
Yeah, great points. Great points. Love your energy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. So you have done like 40 plus successful syndications, right? So what's your process of identifying, securing right?
Definitely, I would say cash flow is king. Everybody talks about we do need to cash flow. The key thing is you cannot fabricate numbers. You got to look at the real numbers. Of course, pro forma numbers are no good. It's the real P&Ls, what's happening to the asset in the last 2, 3 years, why this asset is being sold, what's the motivation behind. I have always bought most of my deals. I bought from the listing broker, by the way. I'm a broker. I was broker for 25 years here in California. But the thing is, I just let the go because I never will take split commission from the listing broker in Texas or wherever I bought. I will tell the listing broker, hey, Vinney's got millions of dollars backing, and you become my dual broker. So that this broker, listing broker, over here is the seller, and I come over here. There is no vacuum. If there is a listing broker and a buyer broker, there is a vacuum in between, and it can manipulate things. So I always like the listing broker to give me the deal and work along with the seller so that we could sign up and buy that deal nicely. And it's a win situation for both buyer and seller. So that's been one hack. The other thing is getting the loans. So I have, in the last 20 years, I've only worked with 3 brokers. Wow. Only 3 brokers. So and my real estate attorney, 1 real estate attorney. I met him only 4 times from the Colony, right there in Texas. Milton Coldgrove is his name. Wonderful person. I met only belly to belly, having lunch with him 4 times in 20 years. Just 4 times. I'm going there in February, March. So I'll be meeting with his family and taking them out for dinner and all. But he's looked at all my LLCs, 132 LLCs, and all the contracts and everything, all that. So I think, like you were asking me, what my true north is, underwriting the deals correctly with very low balling assumptions. See, a lot of us syndicators, we could manipulate numbers with the cap rates and this and that. It doesn't go right. You got to be true to the numbers, where the property is, how much capex budget is going to be needed, what kind of financing will be available, all those things, and giving a good portion to the limited partners, 70 to 80%. We have been giving even 90% in certain times, and then it flips at the waterfall and so forth like that. So that's why multifamily hotels, I love hotels because there's nothing like hotels, to be truthful. It's multifamily on steroids, I call it, because it's the resident who's paying our front office money for 3 days or 7 days or 15 days in the long extended stays. pay the money first, then they go use the rooms, and then we can also have the lease is not there for 6 months or a year, which I love it, because that way, depending on the quality of the traffic and everything, the price goes up and down. In multifamily also, with the AI technology now, we could change the pricing and everything, which a lot of people are using and all. But same thing is true in hotels. I love them. The senior living also, I love senior living, because that's the market which is cash flowing big times, because you're able to see the need driven market rather than job driven market, because the apartments are going to be here. Rental nation is there, definitely, but it's job driven. If the job is somebody loses the job, they have to move out, or they will have to move with the company and things like that, or some shutdown of the companies. So we need to be looking in the emerging markets and all those. But the senior living, on the other hand, is 180-degree difference. Not job driven at all, in serene locations near to golf courses or water lakes and canals, and then also in residential sites, actually. So not even commercial, because they want peace and quiet. So those items are really getting me empowered into senior living. And I'm a senior myself. So I just feel like lots and lots of investors are loving me now, because I'm able to bring them some really curated deals in senior living, which can make, not only they can invest and make great returns, but also do good to the society and take care of the housing situation, which is a whole 40-year platform, a 40-year track, I would say. From now 2025, we are in to 65, 40-year track will be 25% of the whole population of USA is going to be seniors. 25%, that's 1/4. So the money is going to flow trillions of dollars into the healthcare and senior livings and the medications and longevity and the mind body, all those things, right? So
Yeah.
it's going to be green energy, and all those things are going to be involved in all that.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing a lot of great
Thank
information.
you.
Yeah. So how do you approach raising private equity for syndications and funds? Any tips for building trust with investors?
I would love to say that the investors give you money when they trust you. Trust, transparency, and really teaching the investors or educating the investors have been my strength. I don't go and talk to investors to get their money. No, that's totally wrong. We need to be educating them what to look for in syndication, and teach them where the P&Ls and how to watch if they are dealing with other syndicators, what are the questions. So I have ebook that I give it to them and say, these are the questions you should be asking, and asking me too, right there. And then I take them through a whole PowerPoint presentation, what I have done, what I've bought. I've got case studies of the things with value add, my whole cycle of things that I've done. So anybody new, I would say definitely educating investors and building relationships is the first thing. And then you try to come in as a authority, so that they believe that they don't want to be just investing with anybody. So you have to partner. If you're starting out brand new, you should partner with somebody and become like a fund of a fund structure, or become a general partner with somebody like Vinney Chopra, if you have a big circle and so forth, because our deals are fully curated, and then we'll be able to put your name and all that. I've only worked with maybe 3 or 4 people like that, but we usually raise all the money ourselves very quickly. But the thing is, it's again securing the trust, and the foundation is the biggest foundation for successful syndication. To raise money, you got to really keep the people fully abreast through newsletters and sharing ideas, so that they don't get cold on you. So many people are reaching out to the same investors now through media and through different podcasts and different things. So you got to make up your mind so that you can be better than. I mean, there are how many accredited investors I heard. I don't know what the number is. I should have written it down. It's like pretty much, I don't know, we are 334 million people in USA, but the accredited investors, do you have that number, by the
No,
way?
I didn't hear that.
No, I just came across that number in a podcast. I should have written it down. Maybe it's, I don't know. I can't say. It's in millions, I know
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
But all we need is 500 or 300, and then just cultivating relationship with them and over again, and then using those. If they're happy with you, they'll tell their family, their friends, their relatives, their brothers, sisters. That's how I built my business. And that's where they were able to invite me to some small gatherings or meeting me on Zoom with their friends. And every time, that's the other hack I would love to share with your investors. It's good to do every meeting on Zoom and record it. Why not? What's there to lose? So actually record it, save it, and send them a link to it. And then you can erase it after a month's time. But ask their permission. Is it okay? Because I'll be covering some really great educational things and the whole PowerPoint presentation. If it's okay, maybe, their spouse is not there, their only husband is there, and or wife is there. And if they want to show it to their attorney or their pastor at church or somebody in their family or in their business, you know what it is. So it's good to record that. And I've been doing that all these 20 years and give them the link back. That way they could go through the same presentation again and understand what Vinney was trying to show them. Even the deal, it's better to not just send a deal in a deck like we do webinars and everything like that, right? So it's good to just individualize it and keep it short, 20, 30 minutes. And then you could even use it as if you get their permission, as a teaching or even sharing with other people. Because I think, I have my Zoom set up for 7 ways recording, I think. So it's a presenter and this and that and all that. So we could use it for teaching.
Sure, absolutely. So, as a leader managing over 1 billion in assets, how do you cultivate winning team culture that aligns with your vision?
I'm so glad you're asking me that. I always have built at the peak. We were 158 team members, 158, 2 weeks of payroll going out. Of course, I had a Monil investment group, Monil management group. I was the CEO of both of them. I still am. And the thing is, then each of the personnel team member from each asset, we were running Monil management company as if a third party company, where there is a contract between the two and getting paid 3.5% or 3% or whatever it was, right? And then the payroll will come from each asset. Just like I work with RAM, I work with other companies and Greystar and all that. Same thing. So the key thing is to have the vision really permeated into the staff of that asset. So in other words, the community manager or my HR, my accounting was 5 full-time people in my accounting itself, because we were millions of dollars coming in and out. And I'm so happy to say in 20 years, we haven't lost a dime. That's the beauty of it. Because my VP of finance, she's almost CPA, almost like one course or something, and then she'll be a CPA. So that has helped a lot. She has been an investor also with me. So the good part is we had stake involved. So permeating the vision is so much. And spending time with the teams of people when I travel, I just love to break the bread and do some special gatherings with their families of the team members, like from leasing agents to tech to all of them, so that they feel a good part of Monil. And many people, when we sold our assets, we have sold so much now, almost 770 million or so. So people were crying when we sold the asset, because now they have to find a different company and so on. We still get texts from the people, Vinney, when are you buying again in Houston or San Antonio and all that? They would love to come and work with me and my company and teams. So it's the whole idea to really build the culture of trust and mission and everything, and make sure that they are doing their job right through systems. That's the other part. I've been a systems guy. So having the right software and making sure the scanners are there connected to the banks. We always bought brand new computer systems when we bought the property, changed the LLC names, put the flags, 3 to 4 flags, 30 feet right in front of that opportunity with beautiful lighting and curb appeal, everything like that. But then the key thing was to make sure that the softwares are working correctly. And when the money is no cash at all allowed, even if a resident had to pay $1.50, they had to pay in a money order. So that's how we built the systems. And it was clockwork. When the money's coming in batches, it's getting to the bank, and the software in the accounting department is double matching and everything. Accounts payable manager was vetting all the invoices, authenticity, and the scanners were working. And we had to keep them in all different places, all those things, so that it's the whole idea of total management. Money's coming in, money's going out, contracts, and all those things. So that's how I find how you could build a culture which you could really, duplicate, triplicate in every asset that you want to do.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. So how can listeners can connect with you, Vinney?
Sure. Thank you so much, Rama, for having me. I would say VinneyChopra.com is a great platform. People can join my elite investors club. We have almost 2,000 accredited investors now in the club. And they just go to VinneyChopra.com/invest. Or you could learn from me also, mentorship. I do coaching myself. I have no coaches whatsoever. I coach myself on Wednesdays, 1.5 hours every week. It's fantastic time to really be with me and bring your deals, and we underwrite deals and we look at all that. That is VinneyChopra.com/mentoring. And I would love to give everybody watching my 3 books I've written so far. My 4th one and 5th one I'm writing now on hospitality and my residential assisted living. But 3 books, people can get it at VinneyChopra.com/free book. It says book, but I'll change it to books. But you could get it, all the books, and you can follow me on all the social channels also.
Awesome. And thank you very much, Vinney. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Rama. And you're doing amazing work. And I'm so proud to be on your summit coming up in April. It's going to be fantastic. I would like to have everybody appeal to them. Go ahead and get your ticket in the front row. And it's free, by the way. Get a VIP, because VIP will be giving you the whole recording and all that, and a lot of time, special time also in the breakout rooms and so forth. So fantastic. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. Likewise. Thank you very much, Vinney. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rama.